10 practices this camp?
I would say just where I'm at, like physically, being able to come out there for 10 days in a row and just be able to be the same person from day one to even today.
Kyle had talked about just the violence that you need to run routes with in the NFL and how it takes a toll on the body and how you can now do that. Is that some of what you're talking about when you're saying you can maintain your performance?
Yeah, just in this offense, it takes a lot, especially to Kyle's standard, to come out here every single day and run routes the way that he wants them to, and the receivers want them. I mean, the receiver coach and the quarterbacks want us to run our routes. So it takes a lot on the body to come out here every single day and do that. So, yeah, definitely.
We haven't talked to you since Deebo's been back out there. What has he done energy-wise just to have him there?
Deebo, he's like an enforcer. Everybody knows that when Deebo's out on the field, you could just kind of feel a different energy. He was that guy during the season just to give us a physical or any type of play to get us kind of going. So just having him back out there just feels like we're complete again, and now we're ready just to start building.
What's the biggest thing you've learned going against Charvarius Ward out there on the field?
He's long, fast, strong, physical corner. But just like any corner, you gotta study him, you gotta look at him. So now that we've got to go against each other a couple of days, all these corners, it's like a chess match, just switching up techniques. We get to look at them and see what they like to do, what they don't like to do, where they're comfortable, where they're uncomfortable, and the same for them. They get to look at us the same way. So once you get into the deep days at camp, it becomes a chess match, and you're just really working, and now it becomes real football, one-on-one corner versus receiver matchups.
After practice, do you go and chat him up and talk to him about what things happen on the field, like how things work out?
We talk to those guys all the time. You walk in the locker room right now, everybody has their iPads open, looking at film, E-Man, Jimmy Ward coming over to us, talking about certain plays, even the young corners too. So, yeah, we're talking about all the time. We go out there and compete, but when we get back in the locker room, we're all just looking to get better and find ways that we can do so.
How does Trey respond from a practice like that where he's off the mark a day after he finished so strong yesterday? What do you see out of Trey when he's?
I think after, the best thing about Trey, he walked off the practice field and he was still the exact same way today. He talked about it, talked to us after a couple plays that he wished he had it back. He comes and talks to us the same way as if he were to hit a play. What did he see, what he didn't see, what he liked. That was on me. That was maybe we should be here. Just still talking to us, trying to figure it out. But just level, even kill dude. So we don't worry about him at all, really. We'll look at it. He comes in, he says, let's take a look at it later on today. We do so, and then we move on. That's what practice is for, day 10. You don't know what you don't know. I mean, one thing I've learned is that you never know what these guys' arms feel like. The same way for us. Like, we go out there, some days our legs are tired. They may expect us to break out a route and come out of our breaks a lot faster than we did, and our legs are a little bit tired, so we can't do so. So the same thing for them. We feel like it's something that I learned. I get to see that you never know what those guys' arms are feeling like. They're coming out here and they're throwing a bunch of balls. So we just got to look at it, get it corrected, and then come back, get a day off, and get better.
Brandon, Ray's camp has just been ramping up throughout this camp. Had the touchdown pass yesterday, great one-handed grab today. Just what kind of growth have you seen in him?
Yeah, just middle of camp or a couple days into camp, you start to see guys get comfortable in the offense, know what they're doing, and just play at a different speed. So I think he had a great couple days. You could just see the quickness, the speed, just able to run every single route, able to run deep down the field, and you're starting to see that. He had a great catch on the sideline today. But we're all just looking to build. We love watching him make plays. And like I said, we have a great room, so we're excited to see Ray keep on going.
Brandon, with what happened in practice the other day, how much of that for you was just trying to maybe jumpstart the offense, and how much was maybe something that actually annoyed you on the field?
What happened in practice the other day? Waiting on that one. Just middle of camp. everybody's competitors out there. I'm tired of seeing them. I like playing with them because for certain reasons like that, we talk about it all the time. We got into an argument the other day about how if the offense played the defense, we would beat the brakes off them. So we talked. I mean, I think they felt that a little bit because the day after practice, they came with it, we came with it. But it's just like that's just how we play. When you turn on the tape and you watch the Niners, nobody's backing down to anybody. So I feel like when we go against each other and people butt heads, that's what happens. I'm not backing down. He's not backing down. But at the end of the day, that's my brother when we go back in the locker room. That's my brother when we leave. That's my brother. So it is what it is. We moved on. But it got the pads going. You know, Kyle talked about us being back out there in pads again today. Just we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more. So I think we start to see the pads starting to wake up a little bit more and just the energy out there a little bit more.
Danny Gray has said he noticed that Kyle is particularly demanding of his wide receivers, and obviously you know that. Have you been able to help him, or as he goes through inevitable growing pains as a rookie in training camp?
Yeah, it's nice to have another receiver that Kyle can annoy and leave me alone. But of course, I'll talk to him especially, just because I know exactly what he's feeling. All those guys, I know exactly what they're going through. Just trying to give them pointers on just little details, little things that can kind of make their transition a little bit smoother. Because when you don't have that, you don't know what you don't know. So, but it takes a couple times. It takes you messing up. It takes you doing something wrong. It takes you getting chewed out. It takes you getting yelled at by the coach, the quarterback, all the above to kind of figure it out. Because it sticks that way. So I try to fit in sometimes where I can, but let them figure it out too at the same time.
You have good chemistry, timing with Trey Lance. It seems like he really trusts you and has a good feel for when you're going to make a break.
Yeah, of course. We feel like just throughout the offseason, the spring OTAs, and throughout the rest of the offseason, we got to build on what we put together in the spring. So he has a good feel of where I'm going to be at when I come out on my breaks. Yes, I have a good feel for where the ball might be. But it all comes back to everything that we talk about, getting out of our breaks, being violent at the top of our routes. And it makes it a lot easier when we do so. So, yeah.